welcome to So Much Games. We are joining us again for a lovely game of D&D, A Winter in Aris. I'm joined by my lovely players who are going to quickly introduce themselves, but I would just like to say thank you for listening, and I hope you have a lovely time. We'll start off with Lewis, just because I'm going to go left to right.
Hello, I'm Lewis, and I'm playing Ivelios du Roche, a former Aris noble who has guns and knows an alchemist. He's also a furbolg fighter.
Liam?
Yep. Sorry, I just realized I don't have my character sheet open. I'm playing Renard. I've forgotten my second name. I'm playing Renard.
Oh, Venice.
Renard Aventis. And I am playing a gnomish rogue, sort of a forger type character. Little cheeky chappy. Up to all sorts of mischief here and there.
Okay. Audun?
Hello, I'm Audun. I will be playing Ignatius Fireborn Lightbringer, because I have just opened my character sheet, who is a tiefling cleric, because who doesn't love a demon at the front of the church?
Yeah, exactly. And Viri?
Hello, I'm Viri. I'm married to Lewis, and I'll be playing Avril Hunt, the half-orc librarian, essentially.
And the best thing is that's not a green screen by Lewis. That is actually what their one of the walls of their house looks like. It's exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I painted this just for the series.
Exactly. Okay, so who wants to give us a little round off of what happened last time? Because a lot happened, Okay. Everyone's pointing at everyone else.
I think I remember.
You think you remember? Do you want me to
volunteer Leon?
Oh, okay.
We always volunteer Leon because he keeps the best notes.
Yes,
his
summaries are the best.
I've run out of pages now, to be fair, so the notes might be a bit more sparse.
It's okay.
So last time, Winter in Aris, we were on the trail for some halflings. We worked out how to track their mount, their steed, their
Onyadillo.
That's just its name now. I've just
giant armadillo.
Yep.
From Onya. And we traced it to a basement. It's like a thieves' hidey hole, and we discovered the halflings there. And we convinced them to. Did we convince them to let us take the amulet, or did they come with us?
They gave you the amulet.
Yes. So we found the amulet of winter. I forget the official name of it, but I'm sure my more learned characters will remember that. Lewis, did you want to say something?
What point of interest? Renard first tried to steal it whilst we were all hugging them.
Yes, like it has its own defense counters. I actually don't think. I mean, I've got the name of them, but I don't think I've said their official name. I think we just have called it the Winter Amulet, which is fine because my name's not that much better. But hey,
and
the Amulet of Winter.
To try and get more help understanding the object once we got it, we were going to go to a alchemist friend of
Lewis's.
Ivelios.
Yep, Ivelios. And we're in his house, quite eccentric, but he got quite Gollum-y when he saw the amulet and was wanting it.
fair.
And then it looked like he was going to run off and throw some sort of demon imp thing at us to fight. It was stuck in a jar, but we managed to catch it. So it didn't. I did because I'm awesome. I'm the rogue with lightning fast reflexes, so I managed to catch it before it hit the floor. And did someone hit the alchemist?
Yeah.
I shot him in the leg.
Shot him in the leg. He's dead.
Yeah, shot him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you were.
Yep, that's where we got to. Yes, because we'll set in the scene. So Ivelios, you were just trying to stop him. Yeah, you weren't trying to kill him.
No, I was trying to make him not run anymore.
That's the damage. Yes, the way that damage operates is if you're not intending to do damage, then you don't do damage. because it, I think it's a bit unfair for somebody to be like, I just wanted to like tap them with the hammer. It's like, no, you use hammer, damage must be rolled, kind of thing. So that's up to you. However, he is in a great deal of pain, and he is not so much wailing loudly, but kind of going, oh God, no, not my leg. Oh.
What was his name again, by the way?
Oh boy.
Karrington, the alchemist.
Karrington, that's it.
Yeah.
To be fair, Karrington, you did just try to set a demon on us.
It was just a fire elemental. No, God, no.
I
There
quite
goes my
like
dancing
fire.
career.
Do you want me to take a look at that?
I don't appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
sure.
you, don't get near me. Oh,
Your leg seems to be on the wrong way round.
Oh God, I can't even tell.
Maybe I can make the rest of it match.
No, just get away. He tries to kind of like, but he doesn't really get anywhere. I will tell you that Ivelios is a good shot, but like if you leave him unhealed for a while, he probably will succumb to his injuries. But you probably have about, you don't really know. But common sense, he's bleeding, but he's not like, it's not hitting artery or anything. He's just, it's,
Yeah.
Just apropos nothing, if he falls unconscious, I can spare the dying, so we don't have to worry too much.
Wait.
Oh, convenient.
Or I could heal him. Or I could inflict more wounds.
I mean,
I'll say
maybe
this
go with the first one?
Well, to spare the dying. All right, we'll let him bleed out.
Okay, so what do I do if you are just wanting to leave him there, because it'll take a little bit of time.
we should help him, but maybe we should also take a look around, make sure.
And also ask what he knows, because I don't think we entirely covered his connection.
No. All you know about him is that he traded some of the methods that he was storing to the dregs in a kind of like, hey, I helped you out, so he's. I mean, good. I'm blooded in, right? I'm ordered you, kind of thing. But aside from that, you've got no clue. Oh, and he knows about the amulet, but that's all you know.
Oh, we came here for this fellow's help, didn't we?
Yeah. But, I mean, he can still help us.
Yeah. And what he told you was that the amulet is effectively, it's kind of an opening to another realm or another zone, and by using it, it has control over it.
And Avril is wearing it right now.
Yes, but
I'm starting to freak out about it.
Yes. Now, Avril, for context, you can take it off at any point. However, if you leave it on for an hour, you will attune to it. And before everyone goes, actually, you have to consciously attune. Not this item, because it has a slight mind of its own. So it will attune to you if you wear it for an hour, just automatically. But if you take it off at any point, it will just come off. It needs
Avril, if it starts talking to you in your head, let us know.
Guys, am I going to be okay?
Well, you put it on.
You're wearing
I was trying to keep your psycho friend from getting at it.
Unknown magical artifact around your neck. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it usually always works out okay in my experience.
Yeah, I'm just going to take it off. Here, you have it. The magic of television.
It's like Willy Wonka.
It would have been more funny if an arm had appeared through Leon and Odin's screen.
We don't have the budget for that level of effect.
No, not yet. Or the arm.
One day.
Yeah.
Or the really long arm either.
So you said So who took it? It was Ivelios.
Ivelios is holding it now.
Okay.
I'll have it on the end of my pistol.
Well, it's pretty inert. Once you took it off the halflings and left it for a bit, it lost its chill touch, and you're now getting the impression that it probably isn't hazardous to handle if you're not wearing it. But obviously, if you're not wearing it, somebody could steal it from you, which was the logic the halflings were using, which was why they kept insisting on wearing it. But also probably you surmise there may have been some coercion from the amulet's part as well. Now, if you're still wanting to wait for him to pass out, you did say you want to have a look around.
I mean, maybe some of us should make sure he doesn't die, and the rest should
That
look
sounds
around
that
for
sounds like a good thing
papers.
to do.
Or...
Yeah.
Now, did any of you take a pack, like a pack that has rope in it? Because I'm not going to be stingy. Like, if you have any type of rope, just say you do, and then we'll use
Do
it.
I have rope?
I don't.
What do I have?
I
Unless
do.
if you've
I
got-
do have rope.
Oh, you do
What,
have rope.
blanket?
Well, I think it's going to be a little bit tricky to keep him in one place with just a blanket. Or maybe not. I don't know.
But we can gag him with the blanket and tie him up with the rope.
Okay.
Obviously,
well,
we kind of need him to speak.
I'm not going to make you roll because I'm going to assume one of you knows how to tie a knot.
Not.
And there's probably a chair nearby. So you pick him up, tie him up. He's not putting up much resistance because, as you would know, Evelios, he is very much a brains, not bronze kind of person.
Do you want me to heal him?
Probably. I'm also toying with putting one of those jars on his lap so he doesn't escape.
I'd quite like a chat with the methods, actually.
I will say this, Evelios, like
tap.
he's probably not going to get anywhere. Like I'm going to make this clear. He's a very scientist-looking guy.
It's more of an intimidation tactic than anything else.
That's fair enough. Okay. Reynard, were you wanting to have a look around again? Just a better snoop this time.
Yeah, I'll have a better
Okay.
nose around. I'm going to put the mephit in the jar down.
Well, there's quite a few of them, but you've put the.
I'm waving
the
to
big
the
one.
methods. Hello, little friends.
Oh, the one that
So-
I caught. I'm going to put
Yes, no, I follow. That wasn't a mephit. He wasn't lying. That's a flame.
that
That's
is
a
a
fire
flame.
elemental. It was a much bigger beaker he was trying to throw.
Mhm.
As I said, that for context, they look. I think I said this last time. They look like bromide beakers. So like the kind of like not super thin thing, but like they're not designed for pouring a lot of stuff in now. They definitely you cork them in there. Anyway, if you roll me either investigation or perception, whichever one you're better at. So Ignatius, you are wanting to talk to the method. Do you
Hello.
speak any of the elemental languages?
I speak Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Infernal.
Unfortunately, no, none of them work. These are not demonic beings or fiends or anything. So they no, they don't. They speak.
I'll just wave.
Yeah, they speak the elemental things of their origin. So I don't know if I said this, but I'll just say because it's just I don't know, it's D&D lore. So or at least the lore that I've come up with. Mephits are the offspring, if you will, of very large elementals. So that's why they're kind of a half and half. But it's also why they don't live very long. As you remember, Karrington was saying that they don't live very long, so he doesn't really care what happens to them, hence why he just keeps them all in a big bottle.
He's mean.
Yeah, but that's also why they're quite cantankerous little buggers, because they are aware that they don't live very long.
They don't have much of a life.
Exactly. So they want they're like mayflies, but they're just angry about it. If you're like tapping on the glass and everything, they get very agitated, but they don't like they're not like trying to get out or anything. They're just kind of like pressing their face up against.
Can I, if Ignatius is tapping on the glass, can I sneak up behind Ignatius and clap my hands really loud? Try and make him jump.
Yes, you can. Do you jump, Ignatius?
No.
No. Turns around slowly.
Looks down. Renard, was there something you wanted?
No, there's a fly going past. I'm just getting it. Gonna look over here.
So, Renard, you did make a roll.
I did.
To have a look around. What did you get?
21.
Oh my word! Well, very good for you.
19 plus 2, so it wasn't a natural 20. If that makes a difference.
No, that's
dirty
absolutely fine.
20.
So, you do some digging around. Now, you wouldn't have heard this from Avelius because I don't think Avelius mentioned this, but no, I think this did get brought up. He's more of a theorist rather than like a practical alchemist, so he doesn't have like a lot of stuff. And this building was not a lab. He kind of converted it, so like the kitchen is full of crap. But you do manage to scrounge some potions that he has lying around. So what I would like you to do is roll me a D3, and that'll determine the number of potions you get.
1.
1. Okay, now roll me a D4, and that'll be the type.
1.
Oh, you have a potion of haste, and he's been nice enough to label it as such, because you're a bad alchemist if you just leave all your potions unlabeled. That's how you end up poisoning yourself.
Recipe for disaster.
Exactly. For those who don't know, haste is make you go quick, but we can do the specifics if you choose to drink it.
That felt like a dictionary definition there. For those of you who don't know, haste is make you go quick.
Well, I didn't know
For
for
those
ages.
Dutch speakers among you, hast means to hurry.
Oh,
So there you
really?
go.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Well, I learned that. I never knew what the word was. So when someone said, "Oh, I cast haste on you," I was like, "What the fuck did you just do to me?" And it's like it makes you go quicker now. Oh, all right. Oh, thank you, thank you. I was like a fighter. I was like, and they thought that was in character. And I was like, no, that was not. I got very confused. We were fighting something. I was like, "What the fuck are you casting that on me?" And he's like, "Oh."
Hit things faster.
I was very young. I was a naive teenager. You also find with that lovely, lovely roll a safe. Not a big, crazy one, but like a small kind of. It's still locked though, but it's a small little safe.
But for how long?
Exactly. So if you want to break into it, you can roll. It'll be a sleight of hand. But what are the rest of you doing?
I'm threatening Karrington.
Okay. Well, he is now. Have you healed him?
No, that's what I'm
No.
threatening him with.
That is fair enough. Give me an
I threatened to
intimidation.
heal you.
Yeah, give me an intimidation roll. He is
That's
not
really not my strong suit.
really. Oh, okay.
No, it really isn't. Hilariously. Wow, not intimidating at all. 5.
5. Well, what do you say to him? He's sitting there, kind of.
I feel it has to go the wrong way now. So, Mr. Alchemist, by the tenets of my religion, I should help you along your life path. So in this hand, I have a big ball of healing, and in this hand, I also have a big ball of healing. So, what's it to be?
I don't believe in your stupid fucking gods. I'm too smart for that shit, man.
Oh, I'm going to heal you even more now.
You take your mace out, like, whoa.
My mace of healing.
Exactly.
I'm just going to pump 10 hit
Plus one
points
health.
into him.
Oh,
Plus
wow.
one
Probably
health.
more than his maximum.
Well, he's very healthy now. He's probably healthier than he was before, actually.
You believe now, do
Yeah,
you?
he probably got rid of some gout with that.
Yeah, he had lower back problems. They're gone
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
Ooh, can I get one of them?
Yeah.
His skin cleared. No
Yeah,
more
exactly.
acne.
Yeah. So he is now more alert, but he's still quite resistant to talking to any of you, kind of darting between you all. He isn't, however, trying to drop, like, he's not like shouting, "Hey, someone help me," because obviously he has somewhat incriminated himself as well by associating stuff with the dregs. What did you roll a sleight of hand, Leon?
I'm about
Oh,
to. Yes, I'm
no,
very
thank
good
you,
at sleight
Jake.
of hand.
I
Even
can
for good
imagine,
things.
yeah.
Well, I'm very good when I roll well. 11 in total.
11. Okay, so luckily for you, this is a very like cheap safe that he clearly bought and had popped together. So it's not going to be. Okay, I'll repeat that. It's okay, don't worry about it. Now, luckily for you, an 11 is just enough because it was quite a cheap safe. So I mean, it was just a DC of 10. So yeah, when you open it up, this appears to be his. God, it's like being back in school and being passed a note. I wouldn't just put in the chat like, is the combination 000? It's like yes, it is. So this is evidently kind of the kind of only stuff that he has as a kind of worldly possessions, if you will. So you find a scroll, and you find a small bag, like a little, like a little bag like this.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's. Does I have anything else? Don't think I had anything else. I didn't have anything else. I didn't. It's just those two things, but they are clearly precious. Looking at the scroll, it's a scroll of invisibility. And when you look in the bag, it's a bag of little bones, like little.
Someone's already
bones.
eaten what was ever in here.
Yes, very much so. But yes, so Evelios Ignatius, you're still with him. He's now healthy and awake, but he is quite hostile to any form of.
Can I try to persuade him to help us?
Yes, you will. But I will say you're at a disadvantage because you did shoot him in the leg, and also because Ignatius just went to intimidate him. Yeah,
I mean, he did have it coming, so
he did. He was being a bit of a dick.
I'll try it anyway. Mostly because it's one of the few things I'm good at.
Yes.
Except if I roll a 5 and a 4.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
4 plus 3 is a massive 7.
He turns to you. He turns to you. You're about to open your mouth when he just turns to you and say, I have no words to say to you anymore. I thought we were brothers in arms for a new enlightened age, but you've chosen to keep yourself with the mindless masses who wish not to listen to their betters.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that jar now and just putting it on his lap.
Yeah, he visibly cringed at you. It's a very, very powerful fire elemental right there. Oh dear.
I wouldn't move if I were you.
No. So as he sits there, he kind of he's not really budging, but he does seem to be quite bit more aware of his situation. I think he was holding a slight degree of self-pride and now realizes he definitely does not have all the cards in this interaction. However, outside you hear as hoofs hit the
Julius.
cobblestone. And then you hear a bellow of someone going, "Ne'er-do-wells! I have come to apprehend you!"
I don't think that's the horse.
Where else
You don't think it's the horse making that noise, or?
No, I don't think that's the horse, unless you made it speak.
I don't know, I didn't, but maybe Arvel did. Who knows?
Well, Solus moves in peculiar ways, but this seems most unlikely.
I will find you at some point, wherever you are.
Head
Who is
back
it?
to the room where.
And are they talking to us?
Well, they're
I don't know.
outside, they're just shouting it, but they're shouting loud enough that you can hear inside the alchemist's home at the moment.
I'll go look.
Okay.
I was going to say, should we send someone stealthy?
No, I'm just going to open the door and stand at the door and look outside.
Okay. So, looking outside, you see a figure that has leapt from the history books, astride a horse in very, very old, dented armor of a knight. Is an elderly gentleman who you would recognize as the town's sheriff, let's say. It's okay.
Not liking the sound of that.
No, not at all. That's okay.
Oh no, not the town sheriff.
What you would know about him is that he is very much an artifact of a bygone era. He very much believes in the code of chivalry and knighthood and being brave and stopping evil. However, times have moved. He's about 3 centuries back. Not that he is that old. It's likely that he has come from a great tradition of knights and nobility. However, as you would know, Evelios, the class of people who were knights either were lucky enough to transition into the upper classes of the gentry and nobility, or just kind of were normal people now, and he is of that group. As you know, but he is shouting, waving his sword around, going, "Ne'er-do-wells!"
Is that another friend of yours?
Who are you looking for?
What? Citizen, I am looking for 4 individuals who attacked somebody's home and went into their basement.
Well, that's not us. We didn't attack anybody's home. That's all right.
Yes.
I'm
they were
pretty
very
sure
strange.
they went that way.
Okay, well, you're going to have to give me a persuasion. Because he was told they were here. So
Who told him? That's what
17.
okay, thank you, citizen, and he clops off into the distance.
Oh, wave and shut the door and
Yeah.
bolt it.
And now he's just going to be. You're very lucky that the man sent his little boy, who didn't really, or no, sorry, his daughter, I should say, who's a bit older, who didn't really give a description, because he'd be like, "Wait a minute, I know who you are. You're the person described." Yes, for context, the person that you very friendlily, that's a word, is told to stay in their home, sent their child to go get the guards, because some weird people went in the back of their home and in their basement and made big noises, and they were very
On the other hand, they did adhere to what we asked them to do.
They did. Yeah, they did.
They stayed in their home, so yeah.
Oh, so what you're saying is we weren't specific enough that the entire family needs to stay in the home.
Yes.
Probably a good note for next time.
Yeah, that's evidently what the issue was.
As Solas teaches, life is a learning experience. The best lesson to learn is how to continue living.
At that comment, Ignatius, you hear that Karrington audibly clicks his tongue at you. It seems that your teachings are beginning to grate him to no end.
Do you want some more healing, do you?
I chafe at your words. They are horrible.
I don't particularly like your treatment of these poor creatures.
What do I care? Once they leave those bottles, they'll have at most a few hours of life. At least in there, they're kept in stasis.
Well, let's set them free then, shall we? Better live free than...
No, don't do that. Yeah, no, do not.
Oh, you said you didn't care.
I don't care when they're used against others, not myself.
I don't think they should be used at all.
They're gone now. You'll never get them.
Where have they gone?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. They just took the methods and ran.
Why would the dregs want methods?
Why anyone wants methods? Personal weapons.
Stuff up.
Oh, not these ones. I gave them very bad ones.
Would you like to tell me some more?
No, I don't actually. And
I'm
you
going
know
to get
what?
out my little book of Solas and go, well, then let me share some of the teachings of Solas with you.
He visibly starts grinding his teeth at this, but he's holding his tongue for now.
On the first day, there was light, and it was good.
After
tea and some sandwiches.
Ignatius has gotten through a few verses, I'll go, this can all stop any time.
Fine. You know what? No, yeah, fine. Okay, everything I know. And I don't know a lot. So.
Sorry.
Don't worry about that.
That's the noise of a baby coming towards us.
That is
I know
okay.
what that noise is.
Hello.
The drum solo.
Yay!
What's all this? All these colours. pretty pictures and the
So
people in them.
So I'll retake it from the top. Yeah. So when after the charming, after the after the several prayers, because I imagine you go through quite a few, he finally gives a quick outburst and goes, "Fine, fine, fine, fine. I shall tell you everything that you could know, and I don't know much, so it's not going to be much use to you. All I know is that they have a camp near the forests. You know the ones up north, just north here. But it's not going to help you. Those forests are huge and there's monsters everywhere. So it's not like it's going to help you. And the methods, oh, smoke, very dangerous, very hard to kill, very evil. They're the angriest, you know. They hate everything, and they're more than willing to show it."
So they might just kill the dregs for us.
Yeah. Like without you'd have to roll to know more, but all of you would understand that methods are like literally they're just living weapons for most people. You chuck them, you run away as far as you can, and hopefully the guy that you've just dropped them in the lap of has to deal with them. They're also mages often summon them because they just are really good for getting in faces, but they're also not that powerful. So it's like throwing a really angry cat that can set you on fire or freeze you solid or things like that.
Yeah, just like a cat.
Yeah.
Karrington, a technical question. This should be your forte. If I were to say have some form of exotic jewelry that was magical in some way, and I wish to destroy said jewelry or make it safe, how would I go about doing that if said jewelry was connected to a realm beyond our understanding?
He gives you a smug smile and goes,
Theoretically.
"I wouldn't know because I'd never want to destroy it." And then he laughs quite.
Carrington, I always forget what a dick you are.
He is very annoying.
Yeah. So yes, I will say he is pretty resistant now. Even all the prayers in the world aren't going to get him to crack, and he is quite very not interested in telling you anything more about the amulet. But he's happy to tell you about the dregs, you presume, because he thinks you're going to get killed by them. So it's a win-win for him the way he sees it.
Happy to pass that on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna wander back into the room. I'm gonna give Avril the scroll of invisibility. I think you like words. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
You
That's
now have a
invisible.
scroll of invisibility, which just is the invisibility spell, but it's a one-use item basically.
Has he said anything?
See, somebody likes the
Nothing
gifts I
useful.
give you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that he gave the dregs smoke methods.
Yeah.
He's told us where their camp is.
What was the name
But
of the
it's
dregs?
in the forest full of monsters, so
Yeah.
hopefully either the monsters or the methods will deal with them.
Oh,
What were you gonna ask? Sorry.
What was the name of the dregs you met? Who was your contact?
He's quite clammed shut. And I'll say this: you also get the impression as you talk to him that this was more of a slapdash kind of deal thing rather than a pre-planned and executed goal. It definitely feels a lot more like he knew they were in town and was like, "I'll give you shit. Just tell him I was helpful," kind of thing, rather than so he doesn't. But then he could be bullshitting you. You don't know. Your rolls to persuade / intimidate him have not
were
been
awful.
super great. Yeah.
Oh.
No, you're not awful. Shit happens. Don't worry about it.
It was quite awful.
He is smug and prideful enough to blabber, basically. So
I've had a look around. There's just like alchemy stuff everywhere. It's not very interesting.
Has he got any
Unfortunately,
pouches or bags or anything that we can put this amulet in?
Probably. But Karrington's not really that great at alchemy. I've known better alchemists.
He's just making a face at you, but he's holding his tongue to make sure he doesn't get caught by saying something.
Now,
Does anybody mind if I release these methods?
probably best not here.
I might.
There is a lot of them. You would
I
actually, you probably need like a small cart to get all of them out of here. But you could do it. Like if you plan it for the day, and if everybody carried a couple, you could get them all out because Ignatius is quite strong, and you all have bags. So if you loaded yourself up with them, you could free them. Yes.
It offends me that they are kept in such bondage. Their lives are short, but they should be enjoyed.
I don't fully get it, but I kind of want Ignatius on side, so I will help Ignatius.
Okay.
You're very lucky, Karrington, that we're not just letting them out here. All right? Think about that.
Grelko the Great. Now that was an alchemist. Maybe we should visit Grelko.
Unbolt the front door. Head out carrying one or two. I don't know how many I can carry.
There was probably about 20 bottles. But I'll say that you packed them in the bag, and then you've got like one or two under your arms. So, and there's 4 of you. So, like, I'm not going to be really anal about how many bottles you guys can carry. So, yeah, you want to do this, you can do it.
It's a shame because I wanted to lean his chair back against the wall so it's on 2 legs, and then put one of the jars under one of the legs.
Under the leg.
Just leave him like that. Be like, bye, Karrington.
So it seems that aside from the fire elemental, they're all methods of various elemental forms. I will say the elementals, especially methods, aren't super picky. Like, it's not like if you throw a fire elemental, like, obviously don't throw like the fire ones in a lake because that's going to upset them. But yeah, if you just find a space out of town, like quite a bit out of town.
That's the plan.
Like a forest with a bunch of dregs, monsters in it.
Okay. So is that what you're wanting to do? Because the forest is probably the first time where distance is going to kind of play a factor, because it's not too long by horseback, but no.
I mean, at the moment, we have the amulet. The dregs don't know we have the amulet. And I'm echoing.
It's okay. It's okay.
So yeah, we have the amulet. The dregs don't know we have the amulet. It doesn't seem like we necessarily should go and find the dregs so that they could potentially accidentally kill us and get the amulet.
That is fair. I'm happy just to go to the outskirts of town.
I really want to kill him.
You really want to kill Karrington?
He's just kind of annoying. I mainly want to leave him in precarious places. Just go alchemy your way out of that. See if he does, but also develops a new appreciation for life while he's at it. But maybe I shouldn't be such a dick, then I wouldn't be stuck here.
Well, it's up to you guys. I will say outskirts of town is probably still a little bit too close. You're probably going to want to be like in kind of the middle of nowhere. If you're releasing all of them in one place, then yeah, you're probably going to want to be behind something. That's going to be probably a must as well. Just
we
be on the safe
could
side.
release them near the forest and like stand really far away, and I'll just shoot the jars. Or at least one of the jars, and probably whatever's in it will break the other jars.
It's up to you. I will also tell you that outside of potentially dealing with the dregs, you also do need to work out what you're going to do with the amulet.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't want to take the amulet into the forest if we're going to go look for the dregs. So do
Well, we
hide
don't want the
amulet
dregs to
somewhere?
get the amulet.
So what do we want?
Or do we take it with us and just not let them take it off us?
That would be the ideal, but we can't guarantee that.
Unless we wear it.
We're not doing that again.
Where the precious amulet, the precious.
Avril, I mean,
Just
notice.
took it off.
This might be something you would know. Do you reckon there's a way someone could track the amulet itself and find it? I mean, they didn't find the halfling. I was just thinking there's an awfully big library with not a lot of people in it. Maybe we could just hide it in a book in the library.
Avril, give me an Arcana check. Take it from the top. You're wanting to definitely get the methods somewhere, and you're definitely wanting to get something done with the amulet, but you're not 100% sure how you want to deal with the dregs. Would I be correct with that? Okay. So, Avril, can you roll me? Did you roll an Arcana check?
I kind of.
Thank you. That'll help you with what to do with the amulet. Anyone can do this, but it's because Renard was specifically saying to Avril about it. But if anyone else needs to try.
13.
13. Okay, so to answer Renard's question through you, here's what you would know. Yes, somebody could track it, but by the fact that the dregs only knew the rough location, either states that they can't track it very well, or, and this is I'm throwing this crazy idea out there, the dregs are not very good at their job, which could also be a factor just in and of itself. What I will say though, and this is the part you're a bit hazy on, it would not be impossible for a powerful enough mage to just go, it's over there, because it's literally a big gaping portal to another place in a tiny little amulet. So it's, yeah.
Okay.
But you don't know the exact details of how they would do that, or who that would be, or blah, 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 all those things.
Okay. No.
Okay.
I was thinking of trying to make a fake decoy one, but that would take a couple of weeks maybe. There's a lot of materials to source. It's not going to be quick. This is probably best if maybe we keep it with us.
Yeah, probably. Like around our neck or something.
Oh my god. I wasn't intending this to turn into like a one ring scenario, but I guess it has. Which I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. I like that.
So, where is the nearest volcano in Ronya?
Well, okay, so if you wanted to go that route, so if you're wanting to go,
It was a joke, don't worry.
I know it was a joke. Okay. Let's deal with the most prescient issue. You're all carrying bottles full of very angry elementals.
Yeah,
so
we should probably get a cart.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Halflings had a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, then they have a cart.
Well, I don't think we want to go back to that house.
No.
Don't we? I mean, the sheriff's going in the complete opposite direction, so.
I mean, yeah, you can go back there and take the. Yeah, I will say, because it's something you guys wanted to do, and I'm not an asshole. Like you guys on foot are capable of carrying all of them, but you'd need to all carry them, and it's like doing a big
If we
round
can
of
get a
of
wheelbarrow,
shopping.
then I can take them all,
Okay.
and no one else needs to endanger themselves.
How many could we fit in Julius's satchel bags?
Oh, no, that is a good question. Quite a few, actually. Yeah, these are traveling saddlebags. You can probably fit most of them in with. I agree. with Ignatius carrying the rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Excellent. So you load up Julius, who's doing that thing horses do, where he's going, "Oh, I don't like this. Oh, what are these things?"
It's
He's
all
kind of-
right, horse. You'll be fine.
Says the tall devil man. But Julius lets you load them on. So, if you just want to ride in one direction and dump them somewhere,
Is there a quarry? Is there a clay pit? Is there
yes.
any sort of industrial
Actually,
workings?
if you head in the direction to your hometown, Ignatius, about halfway there is a nice big peat swamp where nobody is going to be around. You could
Oh, I love
just
a
let
swamp.
them. Yep, you could just let them all loose, and probably not bad things are going to happen.
I used to come out here when it all got a bit much. It's nice.
So as you walk, because obviously only like one of you plus maybe Reynard can ride Julius at the same time. You're kind of walking with Julius and going along. It's peaceful as you leave the town and move through the countryside.
We could sing a little song.
Oh, what do you think the dregs are up to? What do you think the dregs are up to? What do you think the dregs are up to with all of those methods?
I don't know, but I'm not happy about it.
Probably something generally shitty.
Say it in song form.
Probably something fairly shitty. Probably something fairly shitty. Probably something fairly shitty all day long.
So as you leave the town and head further into the countryside, it's very peaceful. And as you sing your jolly little song, it just feels that the day has been very, very hectic. And it's just nice. It's just a nice, peaceful moment.
Solus has set our feet upon this peaceful path. Let us enjoy the moment as the sun's rays stream through the mist of the swamp. And let us reflect on the day's adventures, what we have learned about threatening the entire family, not just one person. And also that one shouldn't trust alchemists because basically they're bad news.
Yeah.
And horses are good.
So you find you find a spot where you feel confident that all hell is safe to let loose here. It's far enough away from any settlement that the are not gonna. Yeah, that's the noise they're making as well
This is nice.
in their jar. Yeah.
Ivelios, is it just horses you can talk to?
Plants and animals?
Well, you could give a general kind of clear the area to the frogs and snakes and things, couldn't you?
I could shout it really loudly and they'd understand me, yes.
Okay, that's what I'm asking for. Just so they know, and if they get blown up, it's then their fault.
Okay. Sure.
Solus is big on informed consent.
A bunch of giant monsters are coming. You should all f off right now.
So I had a reread of how the Furbolg thing works, and this is the rule we're coming to, because I imagine we'll have lots of fun with all these characters going forward. So basically, a Furbolg can communicate ideas to animals, which normal people would require an animal handling role to do. So if you wanted to make a horse go forward, you need to roll an animal handling roll, but a Furbolg can just say, "Hey, can you go forward?" And the horse is like, "Oh, that's what you're asking me to do." However, obviously, if you're saying, "Can you jump this canyon?" the horse is going to look at you. No matter if you speak to the horse or not, it's going to be like, "Oh yeah, fucking yeah, try it, mate." Yeah. Okay, So,
I never
You say
said they
that.
had to do what I told them.
no, not at all. You say this, and there is some movement in the underbrush. Things are moving, although not really in any clear direction. They're all just kind of moving in random directions.
It's all right.
So,
They'll get the idea pretty quick.
yeah, they will. So, Ignatius, I presume you're
I
the only
said
one.
clear the area.
No, I'm
Well,
standing
they are
pretty far
clearing it.
back.
They're just clearing it in different directions and not necessarily in the right direction or the quickest.
Right. The rest of you want to get back to the road,
I'm going to stand quite far away.
especially horse.
So, well, I mean, you could kind of crouch down. The way roads, especially out here in the swamp area, work is that they're somewhat raised above the ground. So you could kind of hunker down. Reynard can basically completely cover himself behind the road. Evelios and Avril, not so much. They're kind of having to do like a weird lying on their bellies kind of thing. The horse is just standing there. It's not going in the swamp unless it's told to, and even then it's going to be reluctant because it's seen a never-ending story and it knows what happens.
Oh no.
Wow. Way to. Wow.
Wow, that's still
That's-
heartbreaking. It's still
No,
too
it is.
soon,
That's why-
frankly.
That's just.
God,
I think I felt when I saw that.
Jesus.
Oh,
Right.
tears for weeks.
Ignatius is going to make a big kind of pile of the bottles, like 60 feet out.
Okay. I'm assuming they see you while you're doing this, so like you're obviously not lifting to your face, but as you're placing them down, it's
I attempt
obvious.
to mime a kind of,
Okay.
and then fly away.
Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I would like you to roll persuasion.
Oh god. Again, not a strong start.
You're really good at this, Ignatius. I believe in you.
I've got a 13.
We believe in you.
Okay. So as you step away,
Shame I can't cast guidance on myself.
I'm just going to say I'm not going to make you roll for this. Anybody just like throws a rock hard enough to shatter them. And as I said, this is glass. It's alchemical glass. It's not designed to be super resistant. So there's this very, very horrible silence where none of you want to even breathe too loudly in case something goes wrong. And then there's an explosion of screams and fury as multiple bodies shoot up into the air. They seem to intermingle, but not necessarily aggressively, but also not cooperatively. It just kind of seems like they inevitably crash into each other. You see ice shards smack into molten lava, which smacks into smoky visages, which smacks into what appears to be lumps of mud. And as these beings fly up into the sky, they start to break apart. And for that very, very deeply uncomfortable moment, they all seem to look down at you. And then
Well, this can't go horribly wrong.
they disperse and fly to all the four corners that they can.
Take whatever time you're given and live it.
You hear some snarls, which hopefully are not really awful swear words in elemental, or I guess elemental.
They certainly sounded livid.
Oh yeah, no, they were super. Yeah, no, they were really pissed off. It was really loud.
I would not be happy if I'd been kept in a jar.
No, you freed them.
Right,
Which,
Yay.
we have done a good thing here,
Mhm.
hopefully.
Mhm. So, what's everyone's game plan, just generally speaking?
So, dinner.
Could go back,
Probably a
Yeah.
good idea.
go back to the Harmony Hut if you wanted to.
Been running around a lot today.
We got to look out for, wasn't the sheriff looking for us?
Ah,
No, he was
To
looking
be-
for 4 people who broke
Yeah,
into
he's-
someone's home. We didn't do that.
No.
It's not us.
Reynard looks suspiciously because he's got kind of a better understanding of the law and the breaking thereof.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to go back into town, but sneaky like. And I think I still want to know what the Dreg's doing up in the forests.
It's probably a good idea to find out at some point, but we really need to find some way of dealing with this amulet.
I assume it's got to be linked in some way if the Dreg's here looking for the amulet and then they're trying to get Mephits. I don't know how it's linked, but
I obviously have some sort of dastardly plan. We just really need to decide what it is we want to be doing. Do we want to get messed up in this? Do we want to destroy the amulet? Do we want to bring justice to the person who's behind all of this?
Definitely the latter.
or do we want to try and swindle a Duke?
And then shoot him in his silly face.
All of these life paths are yours to choose. Where your steps will take you, there is only one way to find out.
Okay. So
Meanwhile, Avril's
sorry.
been writing it all down because he's just decided he wants to turn it into a book.
Oh, perfect. Yes. Every
And-
adventuring party. Yeah.
Yeah.
You subscribe.
Subscribe.
Because he's like, wow, this is the greatest adventure novel ever.
Yeah.
And he's got a serious case of hero worship for all of these guys. He's like, wow,
Oh.
these are the coolest guys ever, and I get to hang with them. It's kind of like John Watson writing about Sherlock Holmes, sort of like that. So
I've
he still
never
starts
thought of
writing
it.
everything down, and he goes, sorry, could you repeat the life past thing again?
No.
The original fanfic.
Exactly. I now want to
Alright.
tell you guys something, but we are recording, so I should probably save it until after. Okay. So
I can delete things, but
I
yeah, maybe save it.
no, it's okay. It's all good. So you head back into town. The town has calmed somewhat since the dregs haven't been just roaming randomly, accosting people, but there's still that slight tenseness in the air. As you enter the Harmony Hut, it's a lot more active because now everybody's in because the day's done mostly and everyone's off to the pub. Renard, your friend, is busily working away at the bar as she has done, kind of just carrying stuff around now. She's a bit busy, so she's not able to talk to you just this moment. But you guys can find a booth pretty easily and you settle in. It's, as I said, there's plenty of movers and shakers. And yes, there is the sheriff who is now going like, have you seen these people? There are
I'm
4
going
of
to
them."
wave at him.
I'm going to buy him a drink.
Yeah.
No,
but-
I'm going to take one of the gems up to the counter and go, drinks and food for everyone.
Hey! Everyone does
And
that,
wave
yeah.
at the sheriff.
Hey! Yeah, he's actually quite excited about that as well, honestly. The bartender does kind of look at the gem and does that kind of thing, like when you say, "Oh, can I buy this?" and hands like a 100 quid, and it's like, motherfucker, I'm gonna have to get.
I'm not giving you change.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more because she's like, I'm gonna have to take this to a fucking jeweler's now to get my worth out of it. Like, she's happy you bought everyone around. It is enough, but she's just like,
It's
See,
a hassle.
Money,
yeah,
not money.
it's a hassle. That's a good way of putting it. So she dashes off to start getting all this stuff, and everyone is now waiting their beer or whatever they're gonna get because a gem is quite a lot of money for a bartender. So as you're sitting there, just kind of letting the conversations ebb and flow, dregs do come up quite a bit. Already rumors are starting to emerge. You can hear snippets of them. Some are saying that the dregs are here because a nobleman's child eloped with a peasant and they want them back. So yeah, the rumors are starting to swell, and obviously you guys know the real reason they're here. Thankfully, nobody seems to have, gone with the old chestnut of, oh, it's an amulet which, has access to the fucking embodiment of winter. But yeah, everyone is, and it's kind of a way that everyone is, diffusing their own tension by coming up or making outlandish tales of why the dregs are here. What I will say is you do not see any of the dregs, unsurprisingly. So, after a wee while, your drinks and nibbles and all that kind of stuff arrive.
Chocolate
and
milk.
yeah, your chocolate. Well, I thought you had hot chocolate, or is it chocolate milk this time around? Chocolate milk is
chocolate.
more of a like, oh Jesus Christ, that stuff's hard to come
You
by.
got to get the special cow for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Do you know it's chocolate? You got to feed a cow to get chocolate milk.
it's quite an arduous journey. But your drinks are brought, your food is brought. She gives you kind of a little mock salute, but she dashes off.
I
because,
asked for a chilled white wine.
well, it's you're gonna have to settle for the lukewarm one.
We'll just put it on the amulet. That'll probably.
That's an idea.
Yeah, well,
Like a coaster.
Drinks
Yeah, it does.
cooler.
yeah, it does get a little bit colder. The amulet does have that effect. It is inanimate. I'll say that is something you notice when you pull out, if you do pull out your bag. The bag is a little bit
I don't think we
frosty.
should do that.
Oh, okay, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't think we should take it out of the bag in the middle
Does
of a
seem like
pub.
a bad idea.
But what I'll say is that you'll notice that your bag, whichever one you've kept in, is getting a little bit frosty. It seems that inanimate objects are not spared from the effects of the thing. But you guys are fine. Like touching it, it's like normal temperature. But everything else around it gets colder. So as you're sitting there enjoying your beverages, your food and everything, you again find that nice, gentle peace. However, it is somewhat rudely interrupted by the man who you somewhat accosted, going, "That's them over there! That's them! They're the weirdos that were at my house."
That's
Which the-
incredibly rude.
Would you were really, you scared me and my kids. And at that point, the old knight fellow has come over and
I am
gone,
a well-regarded member of this community, I'll have you know.
"You are, but you're also a person that practices a faith that they don't they're not familiar with. So, good old what's it? I don't know. I was going to say something about
Sectarianism, I think. is
Yeah,
what
there
you're
we go.
looking for.
That's the word. So,
I'm less confident that Renard is a well-respected member of the community.
oh gosh, no.
I'm also
And
7 foot tall with horns and bright red.
Yeah, and I imagine that Avro doesn't leave the library very often, so they probably don't even.
So well-respected member of the library in the library.
Yeah, exactly. So, the knight comes over to approach you, and he says, "These fellows, really? But they helped me find. You are the ones that. I understand now. You led me astray.
What is
How
it that you
dare
need
you,
to understand, Mr. Sheriff,
sirs?"
sir?
What I understand?
It seems like you've had a busy day.
I have ridden up one end and down the other of this whole town.
Would you like a drink?
Yes, all right, yes, and sits down. And the guy's like, but yeah, what is? And he's like, yeah, good, sir. I shall deal with this in a moment. But the gentleman must be when a gentleman is parched, he loses track of his senses. Now you may join us, but I shall partake. And he does sit down. He does just take someone else's drink though, without asking, and starts going, and very ungentlemanly just goes like glugs it in one go.
Would you like another one?
Oh yes, definitely, good sir.
Barmaid.
Well, yeah. So the bartender comes over with like she's doing the whole thing that waiters do when they've got like a bunch of plates, and she just takes one off and moves on.
Have you got any of that brandy left?
She's looking at Reynard, Cav, going like doing the Cav look like, oh, you fucker. What have you brought on my establishment? But she kind of, you know.
I admire you, Sheriff. Yeah, you can't have been having a good few days. What with all them dregs about the place, they must have been causing you some trouble.
Oh yes, horrible individuals. They actually came around to my place of residence and tried to have a sparring contest. And I told them that I would need to have the necessary half hour to prepare my uniform and the magnificent suit of armor that I'm wearing. By which point they had already left, stating, I believe, out of boredom. However, I am ready if they ever return. Puts his hand on his sword, then does the kind of, and then realizes he's left his sword on the counter, and kind of just tries to like play it off. But
A
I'll be
true
ready.
gentleman has no need of an actual weapon. Their righteousness is sword enough.
Yes. However, they have
have some
swords
brandy.
themselves. Oh yes, don't mind if I do. He does take this a little bit more, a smidgen more.
It's in a pint
Down.
mug.
Yeah. Well, of course it is. Yeah. He's not downing it in one go. He's taking like half of it in one
Shame.
go. Yeah.
Avril, who understands the importance of getting on his good side, sort of writes a bit down and says, "So, would you say your suit of armor is magnificent or resplendent?"
Oh, that is a tough question. I'm going to say resplendent. I wouldn't go as far to say as magnificent. That would be of the knights of old.
I
Those
think
were
it
the
is
days.
auspicious of your rank and the respect that you command in town, surely, Master Sheriff.
Yes, of course, yes. You can have your firearms. I shall always trust the blade and the armor. And the horse as well, of course. There are three things then.
I am but a humble cleric. I have no need for firearms.
Ah, well, that is good to hear. Oh, and you kind of see him slump a little bit in his chair.
You seem
Oh,
troubled.
well, it's. Why am I telling this to a group of criminals and ne'er-do-wells?
I
Probably because I've
no
drank quite a
such
lot.
thing. Here, have some more brandy.
Oh yes, thank you.
Would you like some nuts?
Oh, again, big.
No.
Oh,
Oh no.
and I'm
froze.
going.
You froze.
Oh, I did. Did
You
I?
froze a
Oh.
bit, yeah.
You were just
Oh.
going for the nuts and you froze.
Oh. Well, he takes them and takes a big handful and eats them in one go. What happens? Okay, sorry, my brain froze as well. It seems. So he's slumping in his chair, which is quite uncomfortable with the armor, and kind of looks to you all. And the alcohol is now starting to kick in a lot more. And he kind of just goes, "Oh, it is such a. I have a meeting tomorrow, and I don't want to go. It's very boring, and I don't like it. It is not resplendent enough for a knight of my caliber."
Well, we are lowly citizens. May we assist?
Hmm.
I'm very good at taking notes.
Oh,
Very-
Avril is a respected member of the librarian community. They are an excellent scribe and well regarded. Steadfast
Ignatius.
citizenry.
Ignatius is a well-respected cleric known throughout the town.
I've had you roll so many persuasion intimidation checks. I'll just let you have this because I feel bad. I don't think it's nice to be like intimidation, persuasion. So he kind of.
I'm going to want a lot of advantage for the amount of brandy we've poured into him.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So he kind of looks to you and goes, "Ah, what the hell? Gets you out of my hair. As long as you compensate the man of somewhat or other." Right. So it's a meeting of city mayor, councilmen in what's it called? Penk is what it's called. Reynard, you are, well, I don't know where you're from per se, but you are you've operated in Pink.
Yeah.
I'm
Under
from Pink.
Oh, I've
Are
only
you?
read about it in books.
I thought you were from
I'm from
the
Pink.
Peat. Yeah, I thought you were from the Peat region.
Am I? Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you can be from Pink if you want.
I
I don't
thought I was
mind.
from Pink.
No, you can be from Pink. It's all right. And for those at
Oh,
home,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's spelled Penk.
Maybe
Because
I'm not from Pink. I
I'm.
can't remember now.
It's okay. You
Let's
said
move on.
pain because you wanted to be from a quarry, and we said it's a peat quarry, and you were like, "Oh, it's not really a quarry."
It's not really a quarry. It's not.
Yeah.
No, fine. I'm from Pain. That's right. Sorry.
Okay. All
Sure.
right. If you're okay with it.
Retcon.
Okay, so you guys can't give me history checks, although I will say, Reynard, what you would know is that in the area of Drus, which is the kind of the state, if you will, within the greater nation of Aris, Penk is kind of the most important town. While it's not traditionally the actual seat of power, which is in Favor, which is where you guys are, it's really the economic breadbasket. It's the port town, brings in all the important supplies. It's one of the main reasons why they perned up to get this place, that and the farmland. So yeah, it was well worth it. It's also kind of a hive of
It's a great
crime.
black market.
Well, it's the emerging black market. People realize the potential, especially during the revolution, even though the revolution never really touched you in the same way that it did everywhere else. You also know that it is a bureaucratic just fantasy. It's every type of really weird, awkward rule or law you can come up with has passed itself through Penk at one point or another. And it is the bureaucrats that rule supreme. So it makes sense that he'd be having a meeting there. But yes, he's kind of slumped in his chair. Ugh. I do not want to go, but it's not a knight's duty to file paperwork or talk about the bean counting and all of that boring business. I am for tournaments and battle and justice and more brandy. Yes, drink some more.
Yeah, what's your meeting for?
No, boring things. I care not to listen. I care not to listen or read. They sent me a letter to again kind of pats himself but shrugs when he doesn't realize he has it. My word of honor will be enough. If you go in my stead, I shall be forever grateful or whatever. So long as you compensate the gentleman who you disturbed, I shall not take you to prison or court.
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll definitely compensate him. Look around everyone on the table for something to compensate with.
Oh, I'll compensate him, all right.
If you gave him like a gold coin, that would probably be enough because gold is quite that's a lot for somebody. As I always say, like your
I feel like you
adventurer.
misunderstand my character.
Yes, no, I know.
Giving someone a
Not
gold
giving
coin.
anybody gold.
Someone else is gonna have
Does
to
he
do
have
that
any
now.
ailments
Let me
that I
see.
could help with?
So the knight calls the guy back over, and the worried looking man comes over and goes, "Are you gonna arrest them?" And he's like, and the knight goes, "Well, no, not really. I've commandeered their services for my own personal use, but I'm sure these lovely people will compensate you handsomely for your troubles." And the man kind of mulls it over, and he's kind of looking to you to see what you're going to compensate him with, and that might make him better. Because you're right, you didn't actually go into his home or harm him or his family. You just were really weird, and he's convinced you're the reason why his basement looks the way it does.
Right. Avril sort of goes, "Of course, sir. here's something for your trouble. And he tries to do that smooth thing where you tip someone by giving them a hand and then sort of slipping a note in. But
Okay.
he's got a gold coin, and sort of the coin falls down and it rolls away.
I was going to say, I'll let you do a sleight of hand check to see if you do it off successfully. But if you want to just be like, yeah, I'm cool. Oh, I dropped
Just
the
drop it on the
card.
table.
Yeah.
Lands in a puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more a style.
Yeah,
You
no,
can never
I
pull it
love
off.
Yeah, no, I love it. So yeah, the guy kind of like sighs, goes to pick up the coin, but he kind of does the wipes it.
Yeah, if
Bites
that's not
into it.
sufficient compensation, I'm very happy to come back round to your house.
You know what? I'm yeah, I'm gonna definitely thank you. But please never come to my home again, please. Bye-bye. And he makes it off.
He was quite rude. I was offering to fix maybe some broken things or heal some of his ailments, but he did not seem to want my services. How
Yeah.
rude.
Some people.
Some people are just jerks.
Yeah. So the night goes on. The night also goes on, but he is slowing down quite quickly. Yeah, exactly.
Master Sheriff, what is your official title that we must say unto the good people that we are meeting?
Sir Baron's Wharf. Oh.
Baron's Wharf.
Yeah.
How many W's was that? Overall, did you get that?
Sure.
Sir Baron's Wharf.
That's 3 walls, right?
I believe he did say he was made for war,
yeah.
so maybe it's.
Like every time he repeats his name, he adds one on.
Yeah.
So Barons.
The more W's are kind of power, yeah. So the more W's you have, yeah.
Does anyone know if he came on his horse?
A couple people put their hands up and nods, like yeah. But also they seem a little bit used to his drunken situations. So it's also quite. Yeah.
Someone should make sure that his path takes him home at some point.
Yeah, you get the impression that this has happened a couple of times before, so they have their own procedure for dealing with it, which seems to be 4 or 5 people trying to pick him up in his armor and try and get him to one of the rooms upstairs in the tavern /
Would you like a hand?
Yes, they will definitely take a hand.
Just fire him and lift him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're pretty strong, and he's not. It's more just the cumbersomeness of it all. It's not that he's especially heavy. It's just that or the armor for that matter. It's awkward. I'm lifting people as a pain anyway. Regardless of their build. Now, I imagine that the rest of you are going to return to your places of residence just for the night while you sleep it off and go down to Penk to do whatever it is he's supposed to be doing. Yeah.
Who keeps the amulet with him? Just asking an innocent question, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Renard would offer to keep it.
Oh, I don't think we're going to give it to Renard.
Probably not going to give it to Renard.
No.
But I suggest in the morning, maybe we find. Is there going to be like a post wagon or something that travels down every morning that we can just some sort of traffic we would travel with?
Yeah. That doesn't seem out of the question. Yeah, there would be some
to the merchant
type
town. One would assume there is some sort of caravan.
Yeah. We probably don't want to walk it. But yeah.
Yeah, you could hitch a ride. It's not that unfeasible to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Elios is back from fermenting a rebellion.
I think Avril should probably keep the amulet.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Yeah.
On his neck.
Yeah, you should. Avery, you should put it on while you sleep and see what happens when you wake up in the morning.
If you wake up.
Oh, it's a bit nippy in here.
Why is everything frozen?
So you all return to your places of sleeping after talking to the knight and agreeing that you'll go to Peng to resolve his administrative duty, whatever that may entail. You all get your long rest for those that need it. I know a couple of you have slung some spells around,
Spells,
so
yes.
yeah, that's what you need them for. And you all meet at the front of the town the next morning. And as Renard did discuss, there is a little wagon that's traveling to and fro, which is willing to, let you guys ride on if you, keep an eye out, maybe throw some, little something their way, because he's not an official wagon down to Penk if you catch his drift. So he wants to make a little bit on the side, but he's willing to deal with that when you guys get there. Because presumably you want a way back. So, he's hedging his bets. And
so I just remembered the halfling said to us they weren't able to leave Aris, were they?
no, they couldn't leave Aris but Penk is within Aris's borders.
Yeah.
You're all good. Leaving Aris is like going to another nation. However, Anya, which is the closest nation to you, if you're using that logic, then yeah, theoretically the amulet couldn't go with you, but you're all good. If you were to get on a boat, different story altogether. So you are riding along in a little wagon. It's it's going nice and easy peasy. However, actually, no. I would. What is everyone's passive perception? Give me that first.
Oh, hang on.
Is that somewhere
32.
else?
No.
It's your.
Where's that
Oh
now?
God,
Oh,
what is
I
it?
got
I
it.
think it's 10 plus your wisdom
13.
modifier. 13, 10. Okay.
15.
Oh, 15.
Got a lot of wisdom.
12. Okay.
Mine will just be 10 then, because I've got nothing to my extra perception.
All right. Okay. So, as you travel,
Sound. Sorry.
it's okay. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, 10. I found it.
Don't worry about it. This is where the ambush occurs. No. It's all good. So, as you're traveling, Ignatius,
Hello.
you notice something peculiar, and it's kind of more a passive thing, hence passive perception.
My
the
tail is
road-
prickling.
Yes, the roads are quiet, eerily quiet. There should be birds singing. There should be, the gentle breeze as grass sways in the wind, but there's nothing. It's complete and utter silence. Just the sound of the wagon and the hooves clopping across the road.
I say, Master Carter, is it
Hmm?
usually this quiet?
No, now that you say it, no, it's usually not. Usually the larks are in the sky, chirping away. Or the blue tips are in the sky, chirping away. Or the cuckoos are in the... You're catching my drift here. There's quite a lot of birds in the sky chirping away. But yes, no, it's quite strange. Though I've noticed... I don't know why I went posh. I was trying to make him sound a bit more folksy. Fuck, I always do just
Be
go
a
to
posh Carter, it's all right.
Yeah.
I used to be a
Well,
banker, but then I decided what I really wanted to do was get out and meet people.
Yes, exactly.
So now I
Used to
run
be
a
a
cult.
banker, but then a bunch of people came in and shut down my bank and gave it to the state.
Yes. Okay, I can't do a not posh voice now. This is gonna drive me up, Paul. Well, you see, I don't know. It's funny you should say that, though. I've been coming down here like 20 years. Lived in, Penk my whole life. Gotta be honest, though. past, I want to say 6 months. I just noticed the birds less and less these days.
6 months.
shrugged.
Wow.
Oh, that's disturbing.
That's not good.
Yeah, even the wind's a bit quieter these days.
How are the trees in this area?
The trees seem... They look all right. They're not really... doesn't seem much wind going on, which isn't that unusual. It's... For context, because we keep saying it's in winter, it's not... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not your... Oh gosh, I just realized this. So there's some people thinking, oh, winter is snow, and it's like, no, you've clearly not been in the UK. Winter is
Wet
like
and crap.
wet and crap. Yeah, so it's not really a snowy landscape. It's more a damp one, and usually there are birds. I used the wrong birds. The ornithologist in me is cringing at my uses of birds that are not wintering. But it's also a fantasy world, so
Yeah.
who the fuck cares?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. They're fantasy cuckoos. It's okay.
Exactly. So yes, but now the rest of you are noticing, yeah, not a lot of bird song, not a lot of wind, and you didn't really notice it yesterday, perhaps because of all the chaos, but you kind of have that opportunity now to kind of let it sink in.
So is this stillness particular to the road to Penk, or Penk itself?
Are you asking the wagon, or are you just asking?
I'm
in
asking
general?
the world, old fellows. I feel that we have once again stumbled onto something so much greater than ourselves. I do not resent Solas and the path that is presented before me, but it would have been nice to stay a humble cleric. But still, this is the path, and I will walk it. And I would be glad to have your company.
At the moment, you're riding it, but
it seems that the world is not at rights, and it may fall to us to set it to rights.
Again?
Yes. It's the thing about the world. It's never done.
And with those very, very wise words, we shall end as the cart is riding into the town of Pink. What horrors will await? I don't know. I've not written them yet. But anyway, thank you for watching, listening, however you chose to find this. Remember that subscribing, liking, and commenting are all good things. They are very helpful for telling us stuff. And if you want to say that I suck as a GM, that's A-okay, because the YouTube algorithm does not care. So long as you're
also, I
interacting.
just won't,
And
yeah, that's true.
I won't let those comments come up, so I have to approve them first anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If there are any swear words in it, it has to have prior approval.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So if you want to be mean tonight,
you have to phrase it carefully.
Well, there you go.
I'll still delete it. But
yeah,
but don't be mean tonight.
No,
why would anyone ever want to be mean tonight?
So, also, check. Well, I have a Linktree on my Twitter, but that'll be in the description. And we also have other stuff that's on SoMuchGame that we did, streams and whatnot.
Like the history of this setting as well.
Yeah, the whole world building thing. Check those things out. They're super great. Lewis, have I missed anything? I don't think so.
No.
But no. Okay.
Let us know anything else you'd like to see.
Yeah, definitely.
How else you'd like us to torture Nye with our characters?
Oh yes, we're very versatile.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, thank you again, and I shall wish you a wonderful morning, evening, or night. Stay safe, stay gaming.
Also, check out Leon's itch.
Yes.
I feel that needs context.
itch.io. It's,
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a game there that needs playtesting.
Yeah. I'll just be honest. I assumed anyone watching this would know what I was
Know what
talking
itch
about.
was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
it's all good. It's all good.
I didn't.
But you're not
Oh,
watching
there
it.
you go. Yeah, you never watch it, so
Are we still
Ah,
recording?
secrets revealed.
Is the recording still going?
Mm.
Okay.